This is the top one, like, actually. So I might think this is a random hard demon, insane demon. Well, there's this timing, and it's 4 minutes long. And you might just still think it won't go to the top 75. I'll just show you. But it has like so many frame perfects, and you will never be able to complete it. Unless if you are actually wanting to be the verifier of whatever this is. Well, it starts off with the buffer click. It's like start buffer. Then you have to do this frame perfect, that frame perfect. And then the coin is a frame perfect also. This very unfun gameplay created by me. There are more frame perfects, including 120 FPS frame perfects. And there's also a frame perfect in the blind part, by the way. Another frame perfect. There are 120 FPS frame perfects. And just look. Like, that's a lot of frame perfects over there. None of these clicks are frame perfects, but it is mostly spam. And spam is very difficult. It is literally carrying the level to the top ones. Then you go to this ship part. It's like, you just have to hold and then click the orb. But you have to click it late enough so you don't hit this spike. Then you have to do this frame perfect wave click. Then you have to do this easy ship part. It's not really that hard. No frame perfects in the ship. Then you have to just do whatever this is. Also, there's a swag route. There's a swag route. I made the swag route, I think. Not sure if it is actually viable. Then you have to just do this. This is pretty easy UFO. But no, this is the bowl part. And then like just do all of this before you enter another wave with more frame perfects. 120 FPS frame perfect, by the way. And like, yeah, pretty easy timings. And also more frame perfects. And more spam. Lots of spam. And then you have to do this ship part. Pretty difficult, not the easiest part. Especially compared to that part that I showed you in the start. Then you have to do this part. It's like pretty easy. It's just ship and very easy wave. And then this extreme UFO. Then you have to do this easy straight fly before you just have to do this part, which is memorization. And it is also the evil thing. And then you actually have to go up here. And then you have to go to the ship, go to the robot. You might think this is not the intended path because you might just die over here. But actually, you'll just be teleported if you click. If you don't click, you're dead. Then you have to go to this very easy memorization part before the rest, which is only like 1 second before you go all the way to the bowl part. Where you have to click. None of these are frame perfects though. This is literally almost the same as the original Cataclysm one. Yeah, this is actually just above the levels that has at the speed of light. That's why I called it at soul, which is basically at the speed of light. Then this frame perfect. And do these bowl timings and then this ship part. Before this semi-auto part, and then you just enter this part. Like, just a lot of spider orbs. And also, I just wanted to mention Michigan for the triple spike. I really like triple spikes and Michigan. Triple spikes aren't even that hard, by the way. If you can't do a triple spike, you're just bad at the game. You have to agree with that. Then these frame perfects. Before you go all the way down here, and then just click on this, and then just like more frame perfects. Yeah, not all of the frame perfects are going to be part of the wave. Of course, they're not only going to be wave. And this timing, and like this wall part, and then it's doable, by the way. It's not even that hard. Very easy. I could like beat that with time warp. It's actually very easy. I'm very bad at the game, and people who are very bad at the game likes making stuff that is very hard at the game. And then you just have to do whatever this is. And yes, there is D block. If there's no D blocks, nobody will be doing this. Like that spam is literally impossible without D blocks. And then like this impossible like transition to the UFO. With definitely there's gonna be UFO frame perfect. Then whatever this spam is, there's D blocks. I think there's D blocks. I'll just place a D block. I think there's D blocks. There must be. That looks like a D block to me. I think it's a definite. Wait, where's the D blocks? One? I cannot see D blocks. Ah, no D blocks, no D blocks. Wait. There's like no D blocks. Well, we have to turn off the locks. I hate locks. Since when did 9 has a lock? I thought we unlocked it. I think we should actually add a D block because nobody's spamming through that. A big fat D block. Because that's ain't a D block. Just one big fat D block. Okay. We're gonna actually make it possible. We're not releasing the unnerved version. You need to try to make the unnerved version yourself. And also don't make it so not similar to the original version. And then you just have to go to this part, which is this is also still in the flipped part. Then you just have to do these frame perfect, and And if you think this is easy, it's memorization now. It's not hard memorization. Not all of the clicks are frame perfect. This should be humanly possible. And then this thing. Oh my. Then this. This is like a wave part. And like with of course frame perfects. Like anybody trying to spam over here, you're cooked. You're cooked. You're literally cooked. Because of course you're just gonna put a bug fix. And like more frame perfect stuff. And like frame perfect. Then you have to go to this chip part. Which it doesn't have frame perfect. But this board part has frame perfect. And then this here, like spam. Frame perfect. Probably frame perfect in the ship. Yeah, scary. Isn't that? More frame perfect. Like this is definitely harder than Slaughterhouse. Maybe even more frame perfect in the ship. Than like a wave spam. Then the easy part. Basically, so easy. We're literally gonna just skip it entirely. Then we go to Michigan's part from Buff Bat. We're not gonna change Michigan's part, of course. Why would anybody change Michigan's part? And it's just like, well, it is buffed, by the way. This is a Buff Bat, not Blood Bat. And then you have to just do all of this chip. Very difficult. And then there is frame perfect somewhere. 2 frame perfects, and there's also 240 FPS frame perfect over here. There's more than 240 FPS frame perfect in this level. This is why it is harder than Amethyst and Thinking Space 2 and Grief. Like with all of these stuff, it's like so hard. This is not like that's a frame perfect. This is pretty easy. Then here's like your worst nightmare. This is a 240 FPS frame perfect. It's literally just right after another 240 FPS frame perfect. And like you just have to do this and that and blah blah and that. Also, I also nerfed this. That's why it's not centered. Because if I didn't nerf it, it wouldn't be humanly possible. Just more timing than spam. And then you have to do this spam. Very easy compared to the rest of the level. It was meant for spam carried players. Then you have to just do these timing, because that's a frame perfect. This is such an easy spam. It's 2 stars. It's barely harder than grief. Well, I didn't want it to already buff it. More frame perfects. More frame perfects. This is a difficult part. More frame perfects. No, not 240 FPS frame perfects, but still frame perfects. And then you have to just do this and that. That is frame perfect. Frame perfect. Looking frame perfect. That is definitely a frame perfect over there. Then you have to do this, that. And then this is definitely frame perfect. Too much frame perfect. Then just do all of this and that. Then this very easy part. Click. Then this part, which only has one frame perfect, which I think is that. Click. Then you just have to do all of this and all of that, and like this is pretty easy. Then you have to do this memorization part, which of course has no frame perfect, and then like it just slowly transitions into a ship part where you have to do whatever this is. Like this is so difficult. Click. Respam. Ship. Then this a swing copter challenge. It was just I just wanted to be swing copter. Then you have to do this click. This I think is a 240 FPS frame perfect, and it is barely even possible. I struggled so much while playtesting that. And then you just go all the way down, like super down, like on the ground. Then like just do this part. And then like that part. No, not really frame perfect. This is a buff back part, by the way. Then you have to do this ship part. This is where it actually got buffed. And this monstrosity, which has lots of 30 FPS frame perfect. Wait a minute. Are these actually 60 FPS? Those are like these are like 30 FPS frame perfect. And you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the span of a single second. And then you have to do all of this before you go to here, aftermath. You have to just do this, and that's sort of a spam, and more spam, and more spam. It's pretty easy. Then you have to just go to this easy part, and that is where the final coin is. Wait, that's actually the second coin. Then you have to do all of this memorization stuff. So scary. The arrows are here to help you, by the way. Then you could actually go to something humanly possible. It's like extremely hard, by the way. It's moved. It's supposed to be hard. I don't know how actually hard it is, but it is very hard. So whatever this is, I'm pretty sure it's probably a ship part. And then you have to do this bloodlust part, which is basically click the orb. Then you have to do this frame perfect. Of course, more frame perfects. More ship. Then more of whatever this is. Then like more extremely hard stuff. More wave. Then a ship part. And this part might look familiar because the aftermath looks like Cataclysm. And this part is very hard. Especially when you enter the 120 FPS frame perfect. That I really been struggling on while play testing. Then this spam is spam, of course, easy spam. Then just like that timing, very difficult. Then like this is where the level gets easy. Like towards the end, it will get a bit easy. You just have to do these timings. That just do this spam, pretty hard. And then you just have to do that. Very easy spamming, and then like this is so easy peasy lemon squeezy. You just have to do whatever this is. And of course, there's a frame perfect there. There's of course a frame perfect. And then you just have to do these clicks, spam, before you enter the final bloodlust part. Oh my! Whoa! I thought there was a bloodlust part before that. And then like this is like pretty easy. Ship. Before you get to this pretty easy wave spam, I'm just gonna show you how it's easy compared to other spams in the level. And then you have to just do whatever this is. These frame perfect. I kinda was crazy while doing that. Then you have to do all of this, that's spam. This, this, and then this starts, and then you have to do this invisible spam, and then you just, yeah. That I think is a frame perfect. Then you have to just do all of this silent gameplay. And then yeah, just spam over here, and then like this is like everyone. I also included Michigan because Michigan is like, I don't know, dead. Yeah. And yeah, that was like a top one. I'm telling you. If you thought this wasn't a top one, it's definitely top one. Just to go play it. The is 12810 8179. Just like go play it, and then like probably look for some of your best players or somebody who knows like best players personally, and then like you could just tell them to verify this, or maybe they will just hate it because it has very bad gameplay. And bye.